the stage, all the way from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Please make some noise for Scott Bedgood.
What's up, Dallas? You doing good tonight? Yeah, all right. Yeah, like he said, my name is Scott Bedgood. I'm the first comic of the night. We got Connor after me, and then we got Dusty, so we're gonna have a really fun show tonight. Like he said, my last name is Bedgood, B-E-D-G-O-O-D, just like it sounds. Pretty solid name for a comedian. Because when you're growing up with this last name, you have two options. You can live up to it, or cope and be funny. And that got me up here, so okay, working out pretty well. A little about me, I am a Christian. Thank you. Faded out faster than I expected. So, in Chattanooga, they cheer for a long time. But I see Dallas is a little slower on that, but that's fine. We're Christians, let's be honest, we say weird things to each other. Like when I turned 33, my friend texted me, he said, "Hey man, happy birthday, it's your Jesus year." I was like, Jesus died at 33. Jesus was God and he could pick the age he wanted to die, and he was like, 33, that's the peak. Guys, I'm 35 now, and as always, Jesus was right. And downhill. Like I think Jesus went to his annual physical, and the doctor was like, "Hey Jesus, I think it's time you start turning that wine back into water. Hydration is important. With those knees, I think your walking on water days are behind you." And Jesus was like, "Dang, at least I can still break bread with the homies." And the doctor was like, "Ooh, you are gluten intolerant." Maybe just one final Last Supper with the boys. People usually hate the end of that joke, but I keep doing it. Maybe they think it's offensive. I don't want to be offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm always learning the words we're not allowed to say anymore. Like, did you guys know we're not allowed to say homeless anymore? Yeah, you're supposed to say like unhoused, right? Because a home is a state of mind. A home is where the heart is. But a house is a living situation, so you can live on the street and feel at home on the street. And I think that's good, because I went to Deep Ellum earlier tonight. And that houseless guy looked right at home, taking a dump on the sidewalk. His heart was in it. I want to take a second to appreciate this, guys. I lived in Dallas for 12 years, from 2013 to 2025. Started my comedy career 2022. So 4 years later to be up here at the Majestic opening for Dusty Slay. It's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Another special thing, just secured this today. I will be headlining Mic Drop Plano, July 21st. So if you go to my Instagram, @ScottBedgood, I just posted this in my stories. There's a ticket link. Use the promo code GOOD, you get $5 off. If you buy a ticket tonight, come see me at the merch table. I'll give you some free merch, all right? Okay? Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there, all right? But it is on a Tuesday night. They said, "Do you want a Tuesday or a Wednesday?" I said, "Give me a Tuesday. You can get a sitter, you have a date night. Wednesday, you go to church, drop your kids off at Awanas. That's 2 nights in a row without your kids, okay? You're welcome." In the summer, can you get better than that, guys? And I get that, I get how important that is. My wife and I, we have 2 kids. We've been married for 11 years. Thank you. When you've been married this long, people ask you for marriage advice, and I don't have any. Because all the marriage advice I got was just some old guy like, "Hey man, just let her win the argument. She's probably right anyway." I can't live my life like that, guys. I'm 35 years old. I had to quit all rec league sports because I kept getting hurt. I don't play video games or gamble. And if I beat my 6-year-old son at anything, he cries for 3 hours. And arguing with my wife is the only thing I have left to win in life, okay? That's all I got, you know? And I get a few wins in here and there, but I never win the big ones. And it doesn't make sense because I talk for a living, right? I've got the talent for it. And my wife doesn't work outside the home, so I have all the talent and all the money. I can't win the big ones. I'm like Texas A&M in my marriage, you know? Don't get too excited, Longhorn fans. I could have said the same thing for you. I just didn't want to hear any whoops from the Aggies in the crowd, okay? All right, chill out. Save that for church. Yes. Speaking of church, I think that the most stressful and sinful time of the week is the hour before you go to church. If you've got to get kids in the car, right? You know, and it doesn't make sense because they're going to go to church to color a picture of Jesus and eat Starburst, right? And they won't get in the car. But I think all normal denominations, that's true, but I think there's got to be one denomination that's even more stressful. Snake church. You guys know about snake church? Yeah, it's like these Pentecostal churches, like in the backwoods, they release venomous snakes around the congregation, and people go, they get filled with the Spirit, and they pick up the snakes, you know? And you might be like, wow, that's amazing that they don't get bit, and they get bit. They get bit a lot. But I do think a snake church parent has a better threat than I do, because the best I can do is, if you don't get in the car right now, all the pink Starbursts are going to be gone. You're going to be picking between red and yellow, you know? But a snake church parent is like, if you don't get in the car right now, all the king snakes are going to be picked up. It's just going to be coral snakes. It's going to be red and yellow, kill a fellow, you know what I mean? You know, experienced comedians would say, don't try a brand new joke in front of 1,800 people. That might be why. So, no, we moved to Chattanooga a year ago. We love it out there. We love to hike, but there's some danger we have to look out for. We have ticks, small danger. You know, ticks, they get their teeth, they get those teeth in you. Can't get them out, you know. But I grew up out in East Texas, and we have ticks, but we don't really, thank you. Like, we have ticks, but we don't really worry about them, though, because we have bigger, easier to spot danger. Like, we have alligators, we have wild hogs, we have meth heads. And meth heads are easier to spot than ticks, and easier to pull off you. No teeth, you know, just. I grew up in Tyler, Texas. All right, haven't gotten a cheer for that in a long time. Feeling good. Tyler's the Rose capital and is the home of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, that usually gets boos around the country too, but feeling good tonight. But I like Patrick Mahomes, but I'm more of a fan of his teammate, Travis Kelce. Not because of Taylor Swift, just because we have a few things in common, right? We're both tall, I'm 6'4". We both have this mustache, and we both wish we were black. You guys ever heard him talk? You know what I mean? And that's why I wish I was black, because a black guy can say anything that sounds cool, right? Like if a black guy had a gun, he could say, I got that thing on me. That sounds pretty cool. If I had a gun, and I said, I've got that thing on me, you'd be like, I know a good dermatologist. Let's get that removed, okay? But I listen to a lot of rap music, and I have nowhere to use the lyrics, right? If my kids ask me for advice, I wish I could hit them with that street knowledge. Doesn't really make sense when you wear shirts like this. You know? Like, if they said, hey Dad, how do I maintain strong relationships? Wish I could be like, man, I stopped smoking with haters back in 90. Oh. Sounded pretty cool when Pimp C said it, but it doesn't really work when Scott B says it. Because I was 4 years old in 1994. I don't smoke, and I don't have haters because I don't do anything well. So. Or if when they're turning 16 and they're like learning to drive, they're like, Dad, what do I do if the police pull me over and they want to search my car for drugs? You'd be like, oh, you said the glove compartment's locked, so is the trunk in the back, and I know my rights, so you need a warrant for that. You'd be like, wow, are you some type of lawyer or something? Are you somebody important or something? I'd be like, I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit. Because I've listened to 99 Problems by Jay-Z a lot. He's my legal advisor. But would I tell a cop that he can't search my car for drugs? I'm giving a cop a guided tour of my car, okay? I don't have drugs in there. Would you like a mint, officer? You know? This is true. I don't know anything about drugs. This is 100% true. My wife and I in our first apartment at the Village Apartments. So, you probably know where this is going. We started smelling a real skunky smell come from the vents. 20 minutes after 4 every afternoon. Never once occurred to us that our neighbors were just smoking weed. I'm not kidding you. I called the apartment complex and reported that a skunk died in our vents. They didn't even send a maintenance man. They just wrote NARP in 183 and raised our rent. Get these snitches out of here. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much.